Do you like simple games where you are thrown right into the action without any long explanation? Are you looking for something that will properly test your reflexes? And don't you mind ports of mobile games to computers? Welcome to watching VideoGaming Father's video review of a dark-themed infinite runner called Lamphead. Can one find any proper story in the game? Are there any upgrades or power-ups enriching the gameplay? Will you be facing interesting obstacles and enemies that you need to avoid? Does the game difficulty make the game suitable for family playing? Won't you be struggling with unresponsive controls? Does the game have stylish audiovisuals supporting a dark atmosphere? And won't the game become repetitive too soon? Just bear with me for the next few minutes and we will find the answers together. Can the originally mobile game have any story? Yes, it can for sure. Unfortunately, this is not the case of Lamphead. All the information you can get here is that the protagonist of this game is a strange man who needs to breach out of the darkened and dangerous odd place at whatever cost. How original, isn't it? Okay, I don't want to be too ironic, but it's just a shame that a game that can build quite a solid dark atmosphere cannot support it with a proper story. But never mind. Let's hope that the rest of the game will be much better, and let's have a look at how it is played. After the shortest tutorial I have ever seen, where you learn how to avoid the obstacles and collect useful items, you are thrown right into the game. The gameplay in its core is very simple. Lamphead is an infinite runner, which means that your hero moves, or I should better say runs, automatically, and you just need to navigate him not to hit the obstacles or enemies and collect the useful stuff as I said before. To control the game you just need one mouse button, which switches the position of your hero between the top and bottom half of the screen. And this is the explanation why the game tutorial was so short. So your hero is continuously accelerating to reach the top speed, and you need to click the left mouse button every time when there is an obstacle or enemy in his way, or if there is some useful item at the other half of the screen. This is what I call the instant gameplay. But can a game based on such a simple principle last for some time? Let's take a closer look at the variability of environment, enemies and obstacles that your hero needs to avoid. Lamphead changes three environments that are distinguished by their colors, enemies and obstacles. The first one, dark green, consists of shards, circular saws, boars, walking zombies or flying ghosts. The second, dark brown, environment has prepared rolling boulders, giant spiders, flying bats and wasps for you, and in the third environment with dark violet theme you can find giant gearballs, leaking gas, running dogs or flying birds. Your hero collects diamonds on his way, which serve as some kind of checkpoints. Once you collect one, the map shows you how far or how many diamonds far you are from the portal that will transfer you to the next environment. Changing three environments protects the game from early stereotype a bit, but at the end of the day the difference is more aesthetic than functional, because it doesn't matter much if you need to avoid flying ghosts, bats or birds. And in the hectic game speed, you don't even notice what you are avoiding most of the time. What other stuff has the game prepared not to become repetitive too soon? There are quite a lot of things to collect on your way. First thing you need to collect are the batteries not to let your headlamp run out of energy. Luckily, there are enough of them, so it never happened to me that I would end up with zero energy. Then you collect the coins that serve as universal currency here. You can buy the continue for coins when you die. The first one costs just 1 coin, the second one 2, and then the price is doubled every time. You can also find a shop in the game. Here you can buy either new skins or upgrades. The skins are not just skins, but they also give you some special abilities like shield, infinite battery, double the coins, start boots or end boots. Shield grants you additional life. Start boots guarantee you to run first few hundred of meters by the speed of light while ignoring enemies and obstacles, and end boots do the same at the end of each level. You can buy a shield, start boots or end boots before each run and also to upgrade them for coins. The first thing is that there are not many coins on the track, so you will be mostly using them for saving your soul to be able to run further. Luckily, there are special tasks from time to time, like to run at least 500 meters in one run, that can bring you much more coins. But just for your imagination, completion of this task brings you 50 coins, while each new skin costs 300 coins. This smells by never-ending grinding known from mobile games. Luckily, there are no in-game payments where one could buy new stuff for real money. Nevertheless, I found an economic model here quite unbalanced. What other items can you find on the track yet? You collect cherishes and batteries on the track. They are quite rare, but once you have collected 20 of them, you can unlock 2 new heroes. After about 1 hour of playing, I was in 2/3 of the way to collect them, which means that it's still more realistic to unlock these 2 than the rest of skins that you need to buy for coins. This is a small plus for the game. You can also collect the items that decrease your speed by determined percentages for a while, so you have more time to react to the enemies and obstacles staying in your way. And there is also a symbol of lightning to collect that will dramatically increase your speed and make you invulnerable for a while, so you can easily run a few hundreds of meters before its effects disappears. And the symbol of shield virtually gives you 1 additional life. Yes, the last 2 are equivalents of start boots, end boots, and the shield that you can buy before each new start. All these power-ups enrich the gameplay. However, I could imagine more of them. For example, temporary ability to shoot, or even negative ones like increasing the speed or necessity to click twice to swap your hero's position. How about the game difficulty and controls? Lamphead is for sure not an easy game. The difficulty gradually increases as you progress with the growing number of obstacles and enemies, and also with increasing speed of the main hero. But most of the time the game is challenging but not frustrating, as if you have fast enough reactions you still have enough time to avoid most of the obstacles and enemies. The only thing I dislike is the booster in the form of lighting that allows your hero running through a few hundreds of meters invulnerable might end up right in front of an obstacle, which makes it impossible to react. The good thing is that you can always redeem yourself by coins if you die. However, an unbalanced economic model makes the game more difficult, but not in a good way. I can understand that the game should be challenging because of presence of an online leaderboard, where you should be able to compare your results with the other players online. It would be a great idea if only the leaderboard was working properly. It was not showing any results for me at the time of playing, which is quite a big minus as this game is based on online competition. In general, the game is challenging but not too frustrating, also thanks to the fact that the next time you continue where you ended up last time as your hero levels up. Aha! I haven't not mentioned it yet. The game always gives you 3 tasks to complete so your hero can level up. For example, run through the determined distance, click to switch your hero's position a certain number of times, or avoid the determined number of obstacles. Once you complete all tasks, your hero levels up, which unfortunately doesn't give him any special abilities, but lets you progress through the game. As for the controls, there is not much to mention thanks to its simplicity. I can only say that the game reacts precisely on clicking the left mouse button, which is crucial for the game based on quick reactions. Let's have a look at the game audio-visual. Lamphead looks quite good considering that it's originally a mobile game. It has smooth graphics with a good level of detail. Okay, one cannot see so much as the game is presented in dark colors, but the game graphics will definitely not make anyone's eyes hurt and also makes the game playable even on very low-end machines. The music and sounds are mediocre at their best. The music tracks are not so bad, but there are only 2 or 3 of them, and screaming sounds or grunting of boars help to create a spooky game atmosphere, but become repetitive soon. Maybe some kind of narration or charismatic commenting of your successes would help to make the sounds more distinctive. So, does this port of a simple mobile game have something to offer even to players on computers? Let's start with the positives. Instant gameplay, simple game mechanics, quite a lot of stuff to buy in the game shop, many items and power-ups to collect, challenging yet not frustrating difficulty, responsive controls, and nice graphics. And here is the list of downsides. Absence of any story, only 3 environments, unbalanced economic model, low variability of power-ups, lightning power-ups sometimes end up right in front of the obstacle, the presence of some advertising screens typical for mobile games, non-working online leaderboard, generic music and sounds, and the creeping stereotype because of game simplicity. Lamphead is suitable for family playing thanks to instant gameplay and very simple concept and a clear marker of your success, the distance that can be compared between the players. There is just no local multiplayer in the game which would make it more entertaining. The game costs €3 on Steam, which is not a bad price for what it offers, but is often discounted, so here I would recommend at least 50% discount. Lamphead is definitely not a bad game and can be funny for a while, but suffers from the presence of some features that just better suit the cell phone than the computer. Grinding, presence of advertisement, and too simplistic game concept. However, it still works as short-time fun thanks to the competitive concept, power-ups, and progress through the game, and thus I am giving Lamphead thumbs up and VideoGaming Father's index 6 out of 10. Recommended with discount. Thank you for watching my video review, and please do not forget about thumb up and subscribing to my VideoGaming Father's channel if you have enjoyed it. Bye bye!